What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick. Hope everybody been doing good, just being safe, taking care of yourself, being aware, paying attention and everything like that, man. Cause I know y'all see the distractions going on in front of us, man. There's a lot of them. But right now, man, I just want to take a little bit of time to just thank a lot of the people that's out here that's doing their job to be able to inform other people and not fall into the hysteria of panic and all that stuff like that. I got a lot of issues that I really want to speak about, man. But before I kick it off and get into it, I really want to just get into something about science and the understanding of life in general. You know what I mean? Like, as we was taught growing up throughout school, we had a lot of reliance, and that's on the school system. Now, a lot of people don't understand that the school system is that. It's just what it sounds like. It's a system. It's not a place of learning. It is a school system. It is a set of accepted instructions from the people that you call your so-called leaders. Now, with that being said, I see a lot of people out here making a lot of scientific claims and passing them along. They're not making the claims. They're just passing them along using pseudoscientific information. I encourage everybody I speak to get scientifically analytical. Analyze the scientific method. Analyze the work. Most people don't do that. Most people just go along, they see an article, and they pass it along to the next person to pick it up and just accept it. Nobody, once you get into the stages of analyzing it, everybody, oh, well, man, you know, they got all this other shit and this and that. Nobody really want to get down to the bottom of it. Everybody say, oh, that don't matter. But yet those are the things that sculpt in your reality. Those are the things that sculpting you into believing that this COVID-19 is some type of super virus because you have no scientific understanding. Now, these people are challenging people on that type of stuff. They're trying to see what type of scientific understanding do you have? What type of biological understanding do you have? What type of economical understanding do you have? Environmental understanding do you have? And right now, a lot of people don't have any understanding at all. They only have belief. They believe in the people that's above them. And that's top-down leadership. Basically, man, you are trusting and believe that your leaders are doing the right thing for you. But if you was to actually sit down and analyze that for a few minutes, you would understand that they're not. Especially if you are a black man or a woman living in America. For you to come to the conclusion that your leaders are out here protecting you and trying to prepare you, then you have got to be mentally destroyed and crazy. Because there's not one person out here that's fighting for you other than yourself. We don't even fight for each other. We always fight an individual war and supposed to be a group effort. You got all these people out here that's just like, well, I'm worried about me and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I was speaking with a young man the other day, man. I was trying to let him know, like, you know, you got to look at your stance first, bro, before you go out here trying to condemn other people. Like, the young man, you know, he out here and he trying to learn, which I got to applaud him for that, man. But at the same time, it's a lot of distractions out here. Like, you can't have the blind leading the blind, but that's what we got going on. 9 times out of 10, man, a lot of these people out here are self-proclaiming themselves to be your leader without doing anything to lead you in a positive direction. Most of them are just going on, attaching themselves to this indigenous movement, and then they talk about anything that they want to talk about. You know, goats, sheep, dogs, it don't matter. They can talk about anything that's, you know, divisive or, you know, deceitful or just misleading that they want to. And all they got to do is just say, well, this is something that our indigenous ancestors partook in. And then once you prove them wrong, well, it wasn't your indigenous, my indigenous ancestors did that. We was all divided already type of mentality. Now understanding that, hey, man, our people thought in the group. We thought for the good of the group. You know, we didn't think about individualistic accomplishments. That's why I see a lot of people today, man, and they always jumping on there with their science and their interpretations of life. But yet you can't tell another man how to live. I don't go out here and tell folks what to do and how to do it. I'm just trying to tell people what has been done, which can be verified. And a lot of people don't want to see that. Those are the types of things that science will explain. But we don't look for science to that. We look for science to tell us the future and tell us things that we can't see. It tells us the unknown. People will sit up here and ridicule you about knowing that there is a God, knowing that the scientific evidence yields a lot of proof that there is a creator. Instead of you looking at real science in order to understand what it really shows, you look at pseudoscience and believe in things that you cannot see. Because people always tell you, hey, man, you can't see God. Nobody don't see God, this and that. But yet you go out here and tell people about protons, electrons, neutrons. All these different things that have been created in a scientific lab that you don't have access to. You can be told, oh man, yeah, with the regular microscope that you can actually touch, they can only show you so much things. They can only show you a cell, different types of cells. That's it. They cannot tell you the inside functions of them. And there's a very good reason why. It's simply because that's as far as they can see. Now, what urged me to do this was I saw a brother earlier this morning had made a post talking about scientists claiming that they've got human activity and human life proven to be on the earth in North America more than 130 years ago. Now see, that's the type of information that gets us today, our generation, to start accepting the lies of the deceiver. Once we start accepting those lies and we start carrying them on, our children are not going to go back and look at them unless they're smarter than what we are. But 9 times out of 10, that's probably not going to happen because we think we the shit and we running up behind every person that's going to tell us a lie, and we teaching our children to do the same. So if our children are led by example, they're not going to be smart at all. Our children are going to be 100% controlled and 100% dependent upon other people to do research, knowledge, and anything else. We go out here and tell everybody, oh man, the white man lied. All they do is lie. Don't listen to nothing that he got in history. But half of his science that he uses is what he tells you his history with. But whenever they're telling you about yourself, and then they using their science, oh, his science is just clean. It's bulletproof. It's a double standard. It's psychology. They're killing our psychology. They're killing our minds and our spirits, because whenever you get confronted with the things that's going on, it's going to lose your morale. You're going to be out here like, man, you know what? I should have saw that coming. But you were listening to the people that's trying to tell you, hey, man, you know what? These folks have been lying. They are trained to lie. Their whole science has flipped up the scientific foundation of the whole world over the last 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 years of scientific evaluation. Every single thing that had been done in thousands of years by actual footwork, visual, by visualization, by seeing these things, all that stuff that had been done in the past is now being erased by this belief system, because y'all got to really seriously put yourself into this understanding zone. Like, man, you do not see these things that they're telling you to. DNA, you got all these space-time and all this other stuff. None of y'all have ever seen a planet. You see a star. You've never seen a planet. You've never seen a DNA strand. The first one wasn't so-called seen until 2012. This is when these people was trying to do back down, they trying to go up and cover their tracks. But see, we so stupid that we don't analyze it and be like, hey man, y'all just put that in yesterday. But y'all been teaching it to us for 20 years already. How is it that you getting this new analyzation from some shit that you weren't able to see 20 years ago? We don't ask questions. We just be like, okay, scientific world, money, yeah, they win, all right. And we submit. Now, see, the thing about it is, man, is that you got to have a scientific understanding of everything. Like the economy. It's a scientific equation for how the economy works. If we had a scientific understanding of money, then we would have an economical understanding of why we don't have shit. But we don't. We don't even care to look. I teach people all the time about money, but they just, no, nigga, I ain't even looking at that. Money? No, bro, that's our God. But I don't believe in God. Money is our tool for success, even though it's created directly by the white man. And by the way, man, I want to add this in, but this ain't no colorism video. White, the definition of white is somebody carrying light skin. It does not pertain to a Caucasian. It didn't in the beginning, but it does now. The thing about it is, white man's history, white man's this. People don't understand exactly who the white man is. And that's a big reason as to why we keep on accepting this pseudoscientific information. Y'all need to look into the mulatto hypothesis. These people was being accredited for being smarter than us because they adapted to their set of rules faster than we did. Them folks was part of them. So they came up with this idea that they smarter than us due to their white part and stuff like that. Now, these people still go out here and they enact that stuff. You don't know the names of it. You don't understand the agenda. You don't know the moves that's being made. But the people that's out here, the puppets at the top, that's moving your hands, know exactly what's going on. And it's all to do with ignorance. Back in the day, the Most High put science into the world to explain and show and be able to give appreciation to his creations. Every single thing that you see on earth can be dissected, and it can be observed, and it can be studied. And those are things that this scientific world has done, but those are not the information. That's not what you learn all day. You're not learning the anatomy of plants, animals, and different things on your earth. You are learning about things inside of those things that you will never be able to see. Things that they have never been able to see. You learn about space. They found out that the earth was flat, and then they taught you about space. They found out that, hey, guess what? There's more things inside your body. So then they started teaching you about things that, they made them up. They started coming up with these ideas of what they are and what they do and how they work, and all these different methods to be able to test them. They basically testing your brain and your ability to understand real analytics on the human body and in the world. I mean, most people out here don't try to do none of that. I can go and tell somebody, hey man, what do you know? Like for instance, like the bro that I told about the 130 years. I could be like, dude, tell me exactly why and what process is taken. Oh man, they've got all types of different microscopes. They've got all types of different. They've been doing this for years. They've been doing this for years. Really, their scientific network has only been alive for about 40 to 60 years, strong like it is, and only been around for about 150 at the most. About 1870 is when these folks started actually doing scientific work. They had so many questions about who the natural person was of America, because by that point in time, it was so many mixtures that they couldn't tell. That was the reason why they was trying to figure out who was the original. But the thing about it was they already knew. It was being muddied. So what they did was started doing their first formal type of scientific investigation, which is archaeology. Now, if y'all was to go out and look, what they started doing was studying the bones of the people that was buried in America and looking at the active people who was alive at that time frame. And guess what they came to the conclusions of? That they was Negro people. Now, this science is still to this day 100% accurate because it shows the connections of our people to the original people of Americas and the rest of the earth. But the thing about it is that we have dropped that real scientific evaluation and picked up this new pseudoscience shit. So where they can be like, oh, well, DNA structures tell you about the people. They don't even see DNA structures. They just omit the real bone structures and then can say, oh, well, they can just omit that. They ain't even got to show you no more like the cranium sizes. Nobody even looking at these analyzations no more. Those are the things that prove to them who you are. But now they trying to get rid of them, so they have come up with a substitute. It's just like if you got a supplement. Instead of you actually getting the real thing that's out there, they giving you a supplement. And this supplement, you don't know if it's helping you or hurting you at all. But you can tell that your body getting weaker. But for some reason, your mind is being told that it's helping your body. So you get into this state of translucentness to where you don't quite understand. This heightened suggestibility to where you can be misled. That's what they want you to be in, man. And it's detrimental that people start waking up. Throughout this whole COVID-19, man, I'm like, if people was just a little bit more familiar with the biology of people, they would understand that this shit is a joke. I even spoke to my parents about this, and I'm like, listen, y'all been on this earth for over 60 years, and ain't nothing changed. Last year, you was on this earth, and ain't nothing changed. I say, only thing that's changed this year is your mental approach to other people and what's going on in the world. Had you not had a television or nothing like that, COVID-19 and your so-called, the way that you live your life would not have changed. And that is a certified fact. Only thing, if you would have gotten so-called COVID-19, you would have thought you had a cold, and honestly, it would have probably went away within a day. And you'd have never thought nothing else about it. It'd have been like a little minor speed bump in the road, boom, boom. You never even thought nothing else about it. But because of the fact that our social dependency is so high and our mental awareness is so low, these people are able to do anything they want to do. They want to go out here and try to tell you that the earth is a fucking triangle spinning in the goddamn, in a flat galaxy on a racetrack. They'll do it. Because of the fact that you have become so dependent upon them giving you information that you won't even ask no questions. And then they just put a couple of these top-down niggas on top of you to be like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, boss. Yeah. Y'all smart. We dumb. Face ass. I mean, that's the type of shit, the mentality that they take towards us. It's crazy to me that our people don't understand, man. After 2020 years, okay, it's the year 2020. And then we have watched these people kill all of our people. They constantly making rules that just go against us and show that they have no admiration towards us. If you're a black man or woman in 2020 and you think that the government is out here to protect you, you are a fucking fool. They've never been here to protect you. Not one thing have they done been in laws of protection of you. Now they have put laws into protection of their own people, because as we can tell, the same laws that apply to them do not apply to us. So the government is here for control of us and protection of their own people. That is how they gain control. That is what their purpose is. So as long as we get fed with all this bullshit to our psychology, our psyche will just go in any direction. And then we'll just sit here like, if you try to explain this to somebody who is so dependent upon this social constructed world, they would just, oh no, bro, I'm not trying to do that. I'm learning for me, you learning for you. Knowledge is knowledge. One thing about the truth is that it's consistent each and every place that it goes. There's not no two different versions of the truth. There might be two different versions of events. That means that they were two different events. But the truth is going to be the truth no matter where you at. You know, we as a group of people, you know, that's what I try to tell folks. We individually want to learn to get together as a group. How are we going to do that individually? We can't even do anything when it comes down to a group. Simple as learning. Learning should be for everybody, and it should always be fact-based, not feeling-based. But people want to learn what they want to learn, not what they need to learn. That's our problem. We got too many people out here want to be chiefs and not enough Indians. But then at the same time, when it comes down to being a real Indian, they don't want to be that. Because the Indian, from a visual description, is not what people are going after. They want the cultural part. They want the spiritual part. They don't want to be looked at like our Indian ancestors was looked at. They want to be refuted of that. They want to be they're in refusal of that. We ain't black. We copper color. We gold. We erasing ourselves and we don't even know it. Type of shit. Pseudoscientific information, pseudoscientific evaluations are what leads you to be able to get destroyed. And I mean utterly destroyed. Because that's what we headed, man. 90% of our population right now is out here just lost. And they have no scientific backing to be able to help them to get up. I mean, things that are proven are detrimental to the understanding of life and the reasoning amongst yourself. If you don't understand what's going on around you, man, you're a lost soul. And the thing about it is just spiritually, we got so many broken and mentally damaged people that it's not even funny. Like, people out here don't even understand. Like, people playing with this Indian thing. This one girl talking about she want to eat her some rabbits and this and that. Hey, man, that's admirable. But why are you doing that? You're doing it as not a homage to our people. Not to pay homage to our people. But in order to go out here and experiment and just do shit because you want to do it. Most people say shit like that for attention. And don't really give a fuck about actually going out there and doing this shit. You know what I mean? They just want to look the part. They don't want to be the part. And it kills me because you got a lot of these people out here that's mentally fucked up, man. I mean, I hate to even converse with a lot of people nowadays because of the fact that I have to spend so much time recovering the same shit that I always have to go through. And it's like, I'm astonished because nobody ever looked at the scientific version of it. Nobody. I mean, we don't have not one scientifically inclined person in the indigenous community that is willing to stand up there and say, hey, man, you know what? We need to analyze. Everybody is in cohesion with the rest of the world. Well, we got to accept their information. They are the ones who put it together. They the ones who put it together and left your ass out on intent. Why? Because you was the one who knew the fucking truth. Your ancestors was the one that did all the work, the real science, that proved who the people are, what they have done, where they been, the migration paths, the earth, the construction of it, the layout of the land. We did all that. But guess what? They came back and lied to our motherfucking asses. And we fall for it every day. Oh man, the earth a big old ball. It's floating around in space. It's doing this and it's doing that. Fuck God, but I love God. I put God first. He made space, but he ain't nowhere to be found. He said right here on the circle of the earth, but he in the back of that galaxy. Cognitive dissonance, mental destruction, psychological dependency. Those are the things that our people are going through right now. And I mean, it's crazy. Like, you out here, like me personally, man, I just been focusing on living my life For the last couple of weeks since this COVID-19 thing popped off, I just been focusing on living, man. I haven't been really worried about what's going on in the world. I just been really meditating and preparing myself spiritually, mentally, and physically to be able to go to war if necessary. But at the same time, I'm not even looking at war. I'm looking at peace right now. I'm looking at my family. I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at everything that's around me. I'm looking at my neighbors. I'm looking at my friends. I'm looking at everybody that I know. And I'm just trying to find peace in the world before the storm. Because there's always a storm, man, especially with these people that's in control. As long as we allow these people to control our life, we are always going to be out here in rain and weather. We ain't going to never know which direction to go. I do not like this whole idea of not being able to plan my life accordingly and having somebody else to tell me that I got to stop or go. These people are taking complete control over our lives, and we don't give a fuck. We'd rather go out here and still make friends on Facebook, still have a couple of people that associate with us, still be able to kick a couple of posts and get on and just feed all fucking day off of a goddamn social media. Man, I am so tired and over people and their socialistic habits that it ain't even funny, man. I got so much shit that I need to be able to say to our people, but I don't even know if I want to say it anymore because it falls on deaf ears and non-progressive people. We don't want to fight. We don't know how to fight. We got too many women out here, and I'm speaking about the men. Too many women. Women control our society. Whether they got titties and dicks or whatever, they control our society right now. We got niggas out here that act like women. You know what I mean? So it's very simple to see that our people are being ran over. Nobody is out here giving a fuck about it. And when somebody actually speak the truth on it, it just get ignored. I mean, the government got so many different ways to filter shit. Like, they put you in front of these dumb motherfuckers that want to constantly keep on spinning your wheels like a rat on a hamster, or like a hamster on a fucking wheel. You know, people just constantly keep on, oh man, we got to indulge in our third eye and this and that. But basically, man, people are in this imaginary state of being instead of actually out here living. While these people robbing you blindly, people out here just like, oh, be saved. Some of these niggas out here on the same shit. Oh man, we got a whole nother eternity. I be out here, I ain't worried about this world. They can have that. Nigga, that's what they want. That's what they gonna get. And we out here, oh, I'm in my third eye perception and I can see reality from within. But yet, every single thing that your pineal gland is goddamn examining comes from the outside. You don't see your pineal gland giving you a diagnosis, a diagnostic of your fucking body. You don't see it saying, oh, well, I see my heart beating. It's from the outside in. But yet we, with our destroyed minds, we interpret it from the inside out. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to go too deep off into that. I just want people to understand that our scientific understanding of the world is going to shit. We don't give a fuck to learn. We don't give a fuck to try. Only thing we want to do is just be out there. And then whenever it comes time to die, people want us to be sorry for each other. They want people to be, oh man, black folks so this, so that. We are non-progressive. I've become sick with our whole race of people because I look at this shit and be like, man, how can you not see it? Even the people that's out here calling themselves so-called woke, these motherfuckers are into the same shit. It's like that colorism thing, man. How could you be woke and you deny colorism? It's like people was laughing at them $5 Indians because they were running around here with coppery colored skin, orange colored skin, and people were making fun of them. Now you look at all the Indians in our group and all of them orange. You know what I mean? Because they show you that our mental dependency is social and that we don't have no consistency. We don't have no honor. We don't have no understanding. It's like, wow, the word Indian means black. It means somebody with dark skin. So now all of a sudden you just, because I want to, because I got so much cognitive dissonance that I feel like I want to be, I'm a part of it. So my family is a part of it. So you would condemn them people who was doing the same thing for their fucking family because you weren't a part of it. But now that you're a part of it, oh, it's all good. Everybody was all different colors. It don't matter no more. It was everything, bro. Like the argument just disappeared. Like the argument came up before your lifetime, and now that you're here, it just disappears. Cognitive dissonance. You know what I mean? So I just pray and urge folks to go out here, do scientific research first of all. Because if you do some scientific research and you analyze what you being told, you come to a real quick conclusion about a lot of different things. But unfortunately, that's not the path that a lot of people are taking right now. Most people just going out there and dependent upon other people who they see as credible as being able to decipher what's the real and what's the fake. I promote for other people to go out there and do the work on their own. I'm not going to go out there and tell you I've already done it for you, even though I have. I want you to go up there and look on your own because it's mind blowing. I want your mind to be blown just like mine is. And then once you do, you can see the struggle and the pain that I'm in of people just not understanding. Understanding is not something that people want to have. They want everybody to be over top of them. They want shit over their head. A lot of the shit, if you was to actually just go into it and look at what they actually doing, you'd be like, man, that shit is right there. Like, I mean, nigga, what you call over your head, you would think is in the sky. Nah, the over your head is like right sitting on top of your fucking head, my nigga. All you gotta do is just brush that shit off and it's gone. But most niggas would not even do that because their brains have been destroyed. They got Novocaine at the top of their head to the point where they don't even feel their brains no more. They don't even care if it's working or not. So I just want to leave y'all with that shit right there, man. I didn't want to go too hard. I just want to put my voice out here, let people understand that I'm still concerned. I'm still paying attention. I'm very goddamn focused. Very fucking focused. You know, it's always a calm before the storm, man. And right now, I'm just feeling calm and at peace and enjoying my life. But I'm tired of seeing people go out here on a daily basis looking for distractions, looking to be distracted, looking to be misled, without even trying to do any type of research whatsoever to be able to say, okay, look, man, this is solid proof here. I've done asked every Negro in the motherfucking community to challenge. I done challenged every Negro on scientific information, but none of them will go back and say, listen, man, you know what? Bro, I went back and done some scientific research, and the white man done lied about his science. No, Negroes accept his science without a doubt. It's just his history that's fucked up. Science and history go hand in hand, my nigga. You know what I mean? Most of your history is based off of science. But y'all goddamn don't understand that shit. But, you know, may the Most High continue to guide and bless y'all. For those of y'all who don't rock with the Most High, I pray that y'all still have guidance and understanding in this world. Lean on somebody who does care to understand. Don't just go out here and be ignorant, man, because it's time and place for everything. And ignorance is no time for our people right now. There is no excuse no more. You got smartphones with dumb people that's using them. So you got an opportunity to go out here and correct that. Fix yourself. Use this opportunity wisely. Don't just sit back and just wait on them motherfuckers to tell you what to do. That's what they want. They'll draw your ass out as long as you keep doing it. They only doing this shit because we not raising our voices. We not telling folks, hey man, we know that your scientific shit is lying. We not bringing the attention to the scientific method. That's the reason why they allowed to keep going out here. Oh, these many people been infected. We not asking them to verify their motherfucking scientific methods of what's going on with our patients when they get in quarantine. Because it just don't make no sense how people are going out here and dying under their care. But the same people that's alive are not dying at home whenever they get the virus. So-called quarantine themselves, stay away from the medication, they all of a sudden recover. 2 plus 2 got to equal 4 at some point in time. And most people just do not want to look at the equation. Most people that act like math is their enemy. So, with that being said, man, like I say, just praise the Most High, continue to be godful, continue to be humble, and continue to be content with getting down to the bottom of this truth. But may the Most High bless y'all always. And I appreciate all the time and support, man. You know what I mean? But do your thing. Peace.